Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a What's the Best, another in the What's the Best series. And today we are going to the Tier 7 Artillery. So we did backtrack, we did a Tier 6, now we're going to do the Tier 7 Artillery. What is the best Tier 7? Well, there are 6 of these because the Soviets actually have 2 artilleries. Whereas at Tier 6 there's only 5, at Tier 7 there's 6 because one of the nations has 2. Through all the rewickering of the lines, the S-51 was kind of an odd duck, and now it's sort of off on its own. Let's take a look at this. I can't remember exactly how that works with the S-51. Where does it live? Or is it a collector's item? I don't know. It's so... Where is that thing? Is it now? It must be a collector's tank at this point. Nope, it's a Tier 7 right there. Okay. What's this other one's a tier? Must be a collector's tank. Is it really? Maybe it is. So maybe it is the... I'm going to have to start over, aren't I? I am definitely going to have to start over. The Su-14-1 must be a collector's tank. Hold on a minute. We're not going to start over because this is how the sausage is made, my friends. This is how the sausage is made. Yes! I have figured out the mystery. The Su-14-1 is a collector's tank. Isn't that interesting? So there is a collector's tank. That is an artillery. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew it, but I don't think I realized it. Clearly, I didn't know it when I started yapping my lips here talking about the best Tier 7. I'm an absolute expert at Tier 7 artillery. Trust me. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. And I'm from the government. All right. So, anywho, the S-51 is on the tech tree, and the 14-1 is a collector's tank. Did we already cover that ground? I believe we did. What is the best Tier 7? What is the best Tier 7? I think this particular tier gets a little bit forgotten because there are some kind of forgettable tanks at Tier 7. Really, the S-51, kind of legendary in terms of the size of the gun, but its dispersion circle is massive. So while it does really suck to be hit by one of these things, you don't often get hit by one of these things because they have a hard time hitting stuff. Then you have the American M12, kind of a poor man's 40-43. Which is a poor man's 53-55, which is a fantastic artillery. This one suffers kind of the same fate as the S-51. I think the GW Panther is pretty mobile and fairly hard-hitting tank. Not bad at all in there. But I'm going to tell you that I really quite enjoyed this little guy because of its speed, relatively fast reload, and accuracy. And of course, you've got the backwards driving Crusader SP for the Brits. But let's take a look at the numbers. And I'll let you know what I think is number 1. This one is once again quite close, just like the Tier 6, because there's not many of them, and they are not separated by much in terms of numbers, except that the 14-1 that's fairly significant. We're approaching a 3% difference in win rate from top to bottom. That was not the case at the Tier 6s. So this 14-1 does seem to struggle quite a bit. So we got the Lorraine at the top of the win rate. I may have guessed that. I've said that kind of thing while I'm doing these What's the Best. What I would have thought was the best if you asked me before I started doing some of the research on this, and I may have put the 155-50 near the top on that. But if I had that list in front of me, I would have said maybe GW potentially. I don't know if I would have put the Crusader SP as high as it is. So you're looking at them being 1, 2, 3 in terms of the 155-50, the Crusader, and the GW. Okay, what about DPG? Well, you're going to find these 3 just kind of swap positions all the way along with only a couple other interlopers coming in. So we still have the GW, Lorraine, and Crusader in terms of the top 3 frags. GW, Lorraine, Crusader. Damage, Lorraine, Crusader, GW. You get the picture. It's these 3 near the top and swapping positions on occasion right there. So because I kind of weight win rate the highest, I'm leaning towards the Lorraine, but it was so close. What I did was something a little bit different here. I took these top 3 because it was basically the same 3 all across all of the stats that are kept right here. And I just wrote down the number of the stat, whether they were first, second, or third in that category, added them all up, and the tank with the lowest number, meaning it had the highest or best position on that, turns out to be the Lorraine with a total of 11. At least my math showed that. The GW was 12 and the Crusader SP at 13. This is all very close. So I'm giving the nod, everybody. I'm giving the nod to the Lorraine 155-50. I will admit to a little bit of personal bias, being well, there's always been personal bias in this whole series, but on this one, it is acknowledged personal bias that I just kind of liked the 155-50 overall, and it was an artillery I was already kind of liking to begin with. And then when I noticed that it was so close to the top, I came up with as many rationalizations as possible. Then I built a stat system of my own that gave me the answer that I wanted. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm pretty sure how that works. So we're going to give the nod to the Lorraine 155-50. All right. How do I have mine set up? Let's get over here and check it out. One of the things about the artillery best of series is you're going to find I don't have a lot of good crews in these. I moved my crews through to the upper echelons of Arty. There were numerous occasions I sold Arty and bought them back. I moved crews out of Arty that was good and put them in other tanks. So I've really got a hodgepodge in the Arty. And as with getting requests on stream of tanks I haven't played lately, I get to then put the equipment on them and get them kitted out, put a crew in them, and all that good stuff. So we end up with a crew that only has Brothers in Arms and is 90-something% or so on their second skill. So no Sixth Sense. That's a bit of a weakness right there. I did put a rammer, and I do not have my field mods. So let me unclick that while I'm thinking about it. Rammer, GLD, and IRM, which I don't know if there's a better setup for artillery. If you can think of one, go ahead and put it down in the comments. There's probably some situational equipment, and for a few of the artillery, maybe better stuff. But in terms of getting shots down range and getting your dispersion circle closed as quickly as possible and not having more damage to your dispersion circle than necessary when you turn, I think those are the three things. I really do. I'm not running food, no try-hard going on here. I've got large kits and a fire extinguisher. Food is probably a really good thing to run on your artillery, my friends. I would probably highly recommend that if you're going to run artillery. And I have 18 of the splash/stun grenades, I was going to say, rounds. I've got 8 of the just standard HE, and I've got 2 of the heat. I do have 82% on my intuition, so we'll see if there comes in this game when we go ahead with the real-time game here. Let's see if we have maybe the possibility or situation where we can make a smart decision on switching from my standard, which is going to be the stun round, over to one of the other rounds if we see an opportunity. This artillery is fairly accurate for artillery, which will make its regular HE round, I keep calling it regular, the non-stun HE round that does more damage, might be something we could use. So I'm trying to find 0.65 dispersion, which is okay for an artillery. All right, let's check this out and get into a game. Really, for these, I probably should have put food on that thing for this particular game, but we'll just see how we can do. Hopefully we don't reprise the situation where in the 1357 I ran straight out and died. At least I was able to make that up with the next one. So what was the top SPG for tier 6? I've already forgotten. What did I? Oh, the 13 F3. So also French. So now we're jumping into another French, potentially artillery here. And I may have to pause this because I'm going to run out of things to say while I wait to get into a duel. There we go. Or into a game. Remember, when you're playing artillery, a lot of times you're going to be longer in queue. It's just one of the things that has happened based on the way they have the matchmaker set up around artillery. Oftentimes your queue times are longer. And now I'm like, all right, never mind. It's okay. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Something going on with my keyboard. I fixed it. Also, clearly I fixed my camera from several weeks ago. I don't know when you're going to see this video, but I was in the middle of a stream. My computer blue screened. My cameras all quit. Couldn't get them back. Turns out, instead of a restart, I had to shut down completely, let it sit, and then restart. Did that really do it, or was it just some vagary of the second restart? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know why these things do these things. Why do the things do the things that they do? I don't know. Can't tell you. All right, I want to shoot this dude. Don't ram me, KB2. Oh. Oh god, we're losing complete control. Alright, there we go. We're going to splash lima ding dang this dude. He's not going to like this, I'll tell you that for nothing. Oh, he's okay, so no, he wants to come there. Alright. Should I just splash him against the rock? Oh, there we go. I did some damage to him anyway. This KV2 just parked in front of me. Not a big fan of that, if I'm honest. go over here. See if we can shoot these guys who are in a very strange situation here. These guys. Don't really know why they're doing what they're doing. Can't shoot them, can I? Nope. Alright, so this guy's still hanging out here, so we're just going to worry him. Oh, if we can just hit the tip of that rock and splash him. Don't know what I did, actually. I am flirting with disaster because I am at the edge of his spotting and I don't have a whole lot of camo when I fire. So let's work over to this corner. I do have to watch the city. There's not many people in there. Yep, there's this guy pushing in. Now he's pushing into the... Alright, I like it. I think this Chaffee's got him. Maybe not. Alright, sorry Chaffee. Sorry, buddy. Would the Chaffee have asked me to do that anyway? That's the question. Probably not. Probably didn't want me to do that. Alright, we can expect somebody maybe to be on this corner once our heavies and stuff get in there. We're winning by a mile. We may be able to get on our horse and be an assault Lorraine. What do you think, fellas? Let's keep an eye on that possibility. The STA-1 and the TS-5. What's this fella doing? And then there's this guy. Oh, it's a E75 or E25. So not E70. Oh, we're gonna do this again. Here we go. Another opportunity. Yes. Okay. Mr. Sturve, did you want me to do that? He's like, nope, did not want you to do that at all. Okay, we got a Chiri. That guy's dead. Can't quite. Maybe not quite. Nope. Will he back enough for me to get a shot? No, because I'm really just kind of going through that castle. 122 is getting rocked. Well, all right, we are now going to assault. So let's go ahead and try that intuition. Let's get the 10 seconds. Not bad. So we're not even 100%, but we're going to get the heat round going. Oh, they killed him. Well, let's charge in there. Got a whole 383 damage. We've stunned our own players twice. Here's the question. All right, there's the Hellcat. He's right up here. The Nashorn is probably camping in the back. I think the Hellcat does not survive the 45 TP, but we are going to try to attack him. Maybe we can sneak attack him right here. All right, he's coming in. I like it. Here we go. Oh, that's no good. That's no good. He's got us. He's got us. Can we get some help? I guess not. Oh, no. Okay. That's perfect. That is definitely 100% the recommended way to play the Lorraine. Well, there's a couple fellers right there. I wonder if I can heat this guy. That'd be amazing. Nope. Shoot. I should have waited for the full zoom in. Yep, I should have waited. Look how nice and accurate that was. If I'd have waited, I'd have had him. 100%. We are not going to get 13 seconds out of this, are we? Alright, 7 seconds? No, that Nassau, no way he survives that long. Boom! There he goes, and they're both dead. Oh, that was a bummer. I should have waited. Should have waited. I kind of expected those two to disintegrate, though. I totally missed the Hellcat. What I should have done is auto-aimed that Hellcat and got a little bit in closer and kind of got in behind and nice and close. Would have had a much better chance of hitting him there. And there you go. The best assault artillery in the game, the Lorraine 155-50. That's how you do it. And probably lose money would be my guess. Nope, we made 9. That's okay. That's okay. We 383. I like how my artillery games are going in this series. Just complete failure. That's amazing. All right. My choice. Best Tier 7 SPG in World of Tanks as it stands right now. Lorraine 155 MLE 50. The French assault. It's not an assault, but it's got that speed, right? And that's kind of important. I'll just throw this out there for you. All kidding aside, that's kind of important if you're doing some of the missions with artillery where you're trying to have experience, damage, do really well in an artillery. Look for opportunities late game to get forward and do damage to people, to be the guy that's getting the spotting damage so that you're not sharing everything by sitting all in the back. That doesn't mean just YOLO forward all the time, but look for those opportunities because you can take a really good game, get yourself forward and do some shotgun stuff or maybe even a ram at the end just to get a few more hit points, just a little bit more at the end. That will put you over the top on some of those missions and help you finish those up. I'll just throw that out there, and this is one of those kinds of artilleries that can do that. Like, that's not easy in a 95 HMC, right? T92 HMC. They're just so slow and ungainly, it's hard to do. But this is the kind of artillery that can kind of do that stuff. That's all I've got for the best Tier 7 SPG. We will see ya.